Porsche appears to have started testing the latest generation 911 GT2 RS, and it could be the wildest road-going model ever released by the brand, apart from hypercars like the 918 Spider, of course. An intriguing prototype of the new car was recently spotted testing at the Nurburgring. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 911 GT3 RS, featuring the same body panels and familiar side decals. However, a closer look inside reveals a roll cage and plenty of testing equipment. Then there's the soundtrack. The GT3 RS is known for its distinctive 4.0-liter naturally aspirated flat-six engine. This prototype, however, sounds different. The powertrain driving this mule is much more muted than one of Porsche's naturally aspirated engines and sounds more similar to one of its twin turbocharged 6-cylinders. The GT2 RS typically runs the same engine as the Turbo S, but with even more power and drive sent to the rear wheels only. The car maker has been clever enough to hide a mule of the new GT2 RS beneath the bodywork of the GT3 RS, but it has no way of masking the sound of the engine. The final bodywork of the new GT2 RS should appear 6 months to a year from now. Another clue that we're looking at a GT2 RS prototype is a Wolfman script on the rear window. It continues a tradition at Porsche, where engineers nickname prototypes for cars in the GT range using Top Gun call signs. For example, past prototypes have been named Thor for the 911 GT2 RS and Hulk for the 918 Spider, hinting at their extraordinary performance capabilities. The GT2 RS usually arrives toward the end of a 911 generation. The current 992 generation 911 launched for the 2020 model year and just received a mid-cycle update for 2025. The new GT2 RS is expected to arrive for the 2027 model year in the US, likely launching in 2026. The last GT2 RS had 700 horsepower from a twin-turbo 3.8-liter flat-six. It's unclear what Porsche has planned for the new model, but rumors suggest it could reach close to 1,000 horsepower, possibly with some electrification. The updated 2025 911 has introduced a hybrid powertrain in the GTS grades. The setup consists of a compact electric motor integrated with the transmission, used solely to aid the engine, in this case a turbocharged 3.6-liter flat-six, where the turbo is also aided by an electric compressor. A similar setup may be employed for the GT2 RS, but perhaps with a twin turbocharged engine and a more potent electric motor in the transmission. There are also rumors that Porsche may be developing a cooling system that swaps out the traditional engine fan for air generated by the electrified turbo. It's too early to know what aero elements will differentiate the GT2 RS from the GT3 RS. With the current GT3 RS, Porsche left no stone unturned in extracting as much downforce from it as possible, and it's hard to imagine how it could make the GT2 RS even more extreme. It seems inevitable that Porsche will chase glory at the Nurburgring with this model. The Mercedes-AMG One holds the current record with a time of 6:30.705. That's 17 seconds quicker than the old GT2 RS and 14 seconds faster than the new GT3 RS. However, it's only 8 seconds quicker than a modified GT2 RS with a monthly performance kit. So, the new base GT2 RS may be able to rival the F1 powered hypercar from Mercedes. However, the GT2 RS is not the only cool turbocharged Porsche in the works. The upcoming 911 Turbo was also spotted recently. The latest prototype may look like earlier test vehicles for the updated Turbo S, but there are clues that point to it being for a new grade. The missing fixed rear wing is the most obvious sign, but there's also a set of covers for the intakes in the rear fenders. This could be a potential Turbo S touring grade, similar to the limited edition 911 Sport Classic offered in 2023. The Sport Classic also lacked the fixed rear wing and side intakes, though it featured a ducktail spoiler and a roof recess. While the Touring name isn't confirmed for this new grade, it follows the pattern of the GT3 Touring variant, which is based on the GT3 but without the rear wing. The Sport Classic also came with a 7-speed manual and a rear-wheel drive, two features that aren't offered on the Turbo S. Rumors are circulating that the Turbo S Touring spied here may also have a rear-wheel drive. A manual transmission is unlikely, as the yellow stickers on the prototype indicate that it has the same hybrid powertrain as the updated Turbo S. The current Turbo S generates 640 horsepower from its twin turbocharged 3.8-liter flat-six engine, though the Sport Classic version only had 572 horsepower to compensate for the loss of traction from driving only the rear wheels. more power should be planned for the new hybrid powertrain. Porsche has confirmed the current Turbo and Turbo S carry over unchanged for 2025. This means the updated versions will likely arrive for the 2026 model year, which points to a debut sometime next year. That's likely also when this new Turbo S Touring will debut. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching.